it makes you dance salsa. Here we have it.
Hello, how are you? Do you have tangerines? What about it?
Tangerines are like tropical hugs. They grab you in sweetness and makes you forget your stress. Take one and say goodbye to a bad mood.
Thank you. Bye.
La salsa con changi rap que es mucho mejor y le trae la historia de una mamita en televisión que con su trasero supo ganarse la admiración.
The strawberries are like kisses from the sun, sweet, juicy, and full of vitamins. It's good.
Avocado is the best friend for the tacos, guacamole, toast, and salad. Avocado is always ready to the party.
Sabor, aquí está la salsa con changi rap que es mucho mejor y le trae la historia de una mamita.
At the moment, the orange is the season fruit. Coming to enjoy with us. Delicious.
So friends, if you want a little piece of paradise in every bite, come to Fresh Fruits, because here each fruit has a story to tell and a flavor to make you smile.
Welcome back to the Kings Podcast. That video that you guys just finished watching is all about Roque Martinez's new business called Fresh Fruits. So, Roque, can you tell us a little bit more about your business?
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today and share an exciting venture that not only promises to revolutionize the way we think about fresh produce, but it also has the potential to establish itself as a prominent player in the global market. Imagine a world where the vibrant colors and succulent flavors of the finest fruits are not just confined to local markets, but are accessible to people around the world. That's the vision behind our multinational fruit stand initiative. At its core, it's not just about selling fruits, it's about creating an experience, a journey that begins with a single fruit stand and evolves into a global enterprise. We understand that the demand for fresh, high-quality produce is universal, and we aim to meet that demand by connecting local growers with consumers on a global scale. Our approach involves a strategic blend of local market expertise and global vision. We're not just in the business of fruit, we're in the business of bringing people together through a shared appreciation of freshness, flavor, and the joy of healthy living.
Okay, so and thank you for completely reading off a script there. So as the CEO of Fresh Fruits, would you consider yourself a fruity guy?
Now, Rocky Mountains, let's talk about the business side of things. So you're making a new business enterprise, right? They're multinational. And the only thing is that, listen, I know there's a lot of different companies that already kind of do this, right? You got big fruit, big vegetable, big meat, all right? We know they are solid things in this ecosphere of an economy. Very hard things, yes. Let me ask you, what's your idea then for marketing analysis, right? Marketing analysis, market penetration. So we got to get to these customers because they're already hooked on these other things, right? So you got to get them to your company. How are you doing that?
So the way we want to make sure we approach this is to do our due diligence with market research. We need to understand local demand for fruits and identify the most popular options, as well as understanding global trends, including consumer preferences, health consciousness, but most importantly, sustainability.
So in the same context of marketing, right? Taylor Swift is known to change the entire economic structures of cities whenever she even visits a NFL game, right? How does that affect your company?
It's a current event, by the way.
I'll be honest, we have not taken into consideration the impact of Taylor Swift. But I could assure you that I will be firing one of our guys doing the research, as I feel that should have been taken into consideration.
So we all understand that businesses have to have a structure. You can't build a house on sand. You have to have a strong foundation. So looking a bit into the future, what do you guys plan on doing here?
So as for our business plan, we need to make sure that we articulate our long-term goals as well as the vision for our multinational enterprise. As for our financial projections, we want to make sure that we consider So as for our financial projections, we want to make sure that we develop clear goals as to where we want to be at a certain time, as well as considering our initial investment, operational costs, and revenue forecasts.
Now, you talk about your long-term goals, so let's hear about them. What are you planning for doing in the future?
So initially our focus is fruits and vegetables, but we want to make a shift into meats and dairy in the near future.
So looking into the legal side of this business, how does that look?
Interesting question. So first, we want to make sure that we establish a legal entity for our enterprise. We want to consider tax implications and liability protection. For compliance, we need to make sure that we understand and comply with local and international regulations for food and agricultural businesses. Most importantly, we want to take the most benefit out of USMCA, which allows the transfer of goods without additional fees for many different industries, including agricultural, which will give our company a competitive edge.
Okay, so Roque, we understand that the U.S. is seasonal. America is seasonal, right? And fruits have different stages of ripeness at different times. Mm-hmm. How are you guys going to make sure that the fruit in the right time is going to get to Cancun?
Interesting question. So we place a lot of emphasis in our supply chain management. We worked on establishing relationships with local but also international fruit suppliers to ensure a stable and diverse inventory. Most importantly, we implemented a stringent quality control measures to ensure the freshness but also the safety of our products. Where did Chris go?
Oh, he didn't show up yet. He's late, like always.
He was just right there.
I think you're schizophrenic. Sorry to say it.
Well then.
So I'm going to ask you this question in Spanish. Get ready for it.
¿Qué piensas actualmente sobre cómo vas a hacer este tipo de cosas? ¿Bien? ¿Cómo vas a hacer? ¿Cómo vamos a hacer este tipo de cosas? ¿Bien? ¿Cómo vamos a construir el puente? ¿Cómo hacemos este tipo de cosas?
Interesting question. So, we plan to monitor and evaluate our performance through key performance indicators. These key performance indicators will establish a way that we can measure our success of our multinational enterprise.
Now, could you tell us about how are you getting these fruit? How are you making sure that you're getting the cheapest fruit possible in order to sell to your customers at the lowest price? And then also, how are you going to transport these goods?
So I'll be honest, when we prepare for this podcast, they mentioned we wouldn't delve into these very nitty-gritty details, so my team did not prepare me for this.
I got you. Don't worry. I did my own research. I'm just acting good. All right. So let me see here. All right. So let me tell you, all right. For comparative advantage, we got some good things coming out. And this is mainly United States side, all right? So this is what we're going to be importing into Mexico and other areas or countries we are going to be dealing with. So we got Texas, right? We got cabbage, soybeans, cucumbers, oats, rice. New Mexico, nothing going on there. Why? As I was checking the agricultural database, nothing going on there. Louisiana, we got some corn. California, we got grapefruit going on, all right? That's pretty much it. We wanted to make sure that we're focusing on states. We are focusing on states that are close to the Mexican border, so we can easily transport these goods. Now, how are we going to be transporting these goods? Let me tell you, that's a great question from myself, the interviewer, doing his job. All right, we are going to be doing this by simply transportation. 2 ways we're doing it: shipping, across the sea, transportation across the roads. 2 very basic things to be doing this. We're going to be using a company called Flexport. They have really good options. They deal with a lot of companies that are kind of similar to us. They got refrigeration stuff. They got storage places. All are really cheap costs. You do it a bunch at a time. They give you a great deal. So that's what we're going to be using. thank you. I did your job for you. I expect a paycheck in the mail.
So we clearly know who is qualified for the CEO position in Fresh Fruits. Recently, Mexico went up against the U.S. of A, and they lost. How does this affect your business? And more importantly, how does this affect your legacy?
In the Bronx. So I've been sitting here for 30 minutes trying to answer you guys' questions that relate to our business and the implications of it, and none of it makes sense. So I don't understand how your question or LeBron has anything to do with fresh. So in regards to our business plan, we want to make sure that we articulate our long-term goals as well as defining our financial initiatives for our.
You sick freak!
These key performance indicators will establish a way that we can measure our success of our multinational enterprise.
No.
That is our goal. That is our plan.
Perfect shot.
Good morning, everybody.